Hi everyone. So firstly, a big thank you once again to Tim at Tim Talks Talkies for putting out the top 25 movies of the 80s challenge. Now already on this channel I've uploaded a few videos. I've shown my own nostalgic choices, my sister's choices, but also I've been able to get involved with a few of the video store owners here in Vancouver, and they've very kindly agreed to send me their lists. So I have already shown you the lists from Darren of Black Dog Video, and I have shown you the lists from RJ at Videocat Vancouver. And now I'm delighted to say, just before we reach the deadline of 31st of July, BJ at Videomatica has sent me his list. So I'm very pleased to be able to go through that with you. So like I say, for anybody else that's doing their lists, remember you have until tomorrow, 31st of July, to get your list over to Tim for the end of this community challenge. And then in a couple of weeks, he's going to be presenting all of the collated results in an overall community list that will be done in 2 live streams, I think around the 10th, 11th of August, 12th. Check his channel for that. Anyway, now onto this list from BJ at Videomatica. So firstly, I just want to say Videomatica is a great video store that's in Vancouver that has been going since 1983. Now, when I moved over to Canada, it had already stopped doing its video rentals, and it actually got rid of all of its rental DVDs to the University of British Columbia. So they have those now. So nowadays, Videomatica concentrates on selling boutique label movies. So they have all of the ones including Imprint, Radiance, Arrow, Scream Factory, Criterion, you name it, they stock those, and they do have a used section as well. And I just want to take this opportunity actually just to kind of thank BJ. Now, I'm someone who goes into Videomatica every now and again. I'm not their best customer by any means, and I don't actually talk to BJ too much. I'm quite a shy person, and when there's more than one person in the store, I tend to clam up, so I don't actually talk to him too much. But I do just want to say BJ really highlights just the challenges and pressures you have of being a video store manager. Whenever I go in there, BJ is always very, very busy because he is dealing with phone calls from people who are making orders for videos, Blu-rays and DVDs. He's dealing with the stock that's come in, he's dealing with the shelves there, but also it's quite a community place as well. So we have a lot of people that will come into the store and they just like to pull up a chair and chat with BJ about movies. And BJ is just very patient and tolerant at dealing with everybody. So yeah, he's always juggling a few things at a time whenever he's working in the store. He works very hard. And so yeah, I wasn't quite sure if he would have the time to be able to send me his list, but I'm so grateful that he has done so. And yeah, thanks BJ for everything that you do if you are watching this. Okay, so let's get into this. So the top 25 choices from BJ at Videomatica are as follows. And at number 25, he has opted for the very stylish thriller from 1981 from director Michael Mann that stars James Caan, and it is Thief. Here's the Laserdisc here. Great movie this, absolutely love it. At number 24, how can we go through the 80s without having some representation from Arnold Schwarzenegger? And BJ has gone for Conan the Barbarian, directed by John Milius. At number 23, BJ's thrown a bit of a curveball. I don't have this movie in my collection. The movie that he's gone for is a movie from 1989 about a possessed student going on a murderous rampage. The movie is, starring Barbara Ann Constable, Lady Terminator. At number 22, BJ's thrown another curveball. I don't have this movie in my collection. I have seen it, but it's been quite a while ago. Yeah, this is a absurdist fantasy musical, if you like, and it is directed by Richard Elfman, who is the brother of Danny Elfman, who also actually appears in the movie. Danny Elfman has scored a lot of Tim Burton movies. Together, Richard Elfman and Danny Elfman used to be in a band called Oingo Boingo. So the movie that is directed by Richard Elfman, it stars Hervé Villechaize as King Fausto and Susan Tyrrell as Queen Doris. both in the 6th dimension, and this is, like I say, an absurd musical fantasy with a singing frog butler as well, and it is Forbidden Zone. And at number 21, BJ's gone for another movie I don't have in my collection, and this is a 1987 movie from the horror maestro Dario Argento, and it is the movie Opera. And interestingly, this one co-stars Ian Charleson, who played Eric Liddell, the runner in Chariots of Fire. So yeah, I do need to check this one out. I haven't seen it. Number 20, yep, it's another movie I don't have in my collection, and I hadn't heard of this one before, but yeah, I'm definitely intrigued. I want to check it out. BJ has gone for the 1980 music documentary that is called A Movie War, and this is a punk and new wave British movie that features bands such as Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, XTC, Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark, Echo and the Bunnymen, The Police, the Go-Go's, and more. So yeah, definitely should be an interesting one to check out. And at number 19, oh dear, I'm not doing very well here. Another movie I don't have in my collection. But this one is a movie from director Paul Verhoeven. But no, it's not perhaps the one you're thinking of. This is his 1983 movie before he went to the States to start filming there. And it is The Fourth Man. And at number 18, oh dear, what's going on? Another movie I don't have in my collection. This one, it's an action movie. It's from 1988. It stars the great Carl Weathers, along with Vanity, who was in Purple Rain, and it also features Sharon Stone, and it is Action Jackson. At number 17, now we're talking a movie from Jim Jarmusch, and it's actually my favourite Jim Jarmusch movie out of the movies I've seen from him, and it is Mystery Train. And at number 16, BJ has decided to have some anime represented on the list, and he has gone for the absolute classic, manga classic, and it is Akira. And at number 15, BJ has gone for a horror comedy musical. It features Rick Moranis, Steve Martin, Bill Murray, James Belushi, John Candy, and it is Little Shop of Horrors, directed by Frank Oz. And at number 14, BJ has gone for the great movie directed by Catherine Bigelow from 1987, with a great performance from Bill Paxton and Lance Henriksen, Near Dark. Now at number 13, BJ's made a decision here which I'm not sure is quite eligible on the list, so we'll see how Tim looks at this. But basically what BJ is wanting to represent here is James Cameron, so he does want to talk about The Abyss, The Terminator, and Aliens. So if they can all be included as one choice, great. If they cannot, then I will go with the first movie that BJ listed here, which was The Terminator. At number 12, a movie that a lot of people have been picking, particularly because of the recent 4K issue on Criterion, and it is Martin Scorsese's After Hours. And at number 11, BJ has gone for the movie that personally was the one that I watched the most amount of times in the 1980s, Sam Raimi's Evil Dead 2. Okay, now we're getting into the top 10, and at number 10, BJ has decided to bring Arnie back, and it is, of course, Predator. At number 9, BJ has gone for a John Carpenter movie, and you need to put your sunglasses on to see the truth of this one, and it is They Live. And at number 8, BJ has gone for a movie which I've certainly seen on a lot of people's lists, and it is, of course, the movie directed by Tim Burton, starring Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson, and it is Batman. Do you prefer the Joker or Batman? And at number 7, BJ's decided we can't ignore the Star Wars trilogy, and of course he's gone for the best one of the trilogy, and that is The Empire Strikes Back. At number 6, BJ's return to John Carpenter, and for me it's the best film that John Carpenter has done, and certainly the best film that involves practical effects, and it is The Thing. And here we've just got Rob Bott in here and just joking around in a bit of makeup as he's showing his creations. Some more of his magnificent work for the movie. Incredible stuff. At number 5, BJ has gone for a movie, and again it's one that I don't have in my collection. It's a John Waters comedy musical featuring Ricky Lake and Divine, and it is Hairspray. And then at number 4, BJ's gone for another movie I don't have in my collection, but we're back with director Tim Burton, and it's his debut film from the 1980s, and it is, with Paul Rubens, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And at number 3, BJ has gone for a movie which personally for me I didn't actually get to see until a few months after I saw the second film. So the second film was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, but BJ has gone for the original classic Raiders of the Lost Ark. At number 2, BJ's decided just make fists with your toes. It's Bruce Willis in Die Hard. And then finally, the number 1 choice from BJ. And oh yes, can't complain with this. Paul Verhoeven makes another appearance here, and it is, of course, whether you're dead or alive, you're coming with me, RoboCop. Okay, so there you have it. That's BJ from Videomatica, the store manager there, giving his choices for the top 25 movies of the 80s. Thank you very much, BJ, for taking the time to send me the list. I really appreciate that. Like I say, please do go and check the other videos as well for the choices from RJ at Video Cat and Darren from Black Dog Video, as well as my own nostalgic 80s choices, if you haven't seen them already. Plus my sister's top 25 as well. So lots of videos there for Tim to be collating. Join me again for some more videos. I really hope you enjoyed these. It was a lot of fun to go through this, and I really do appreciate the time that each of the video store managers took to send me their lists. It's just good fun. Okay, all the best to you. I will see you again. Bye-bye.